My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of Paranormal Activity 2. And this review will have spoilers, so there's your warning. But unlike the first movie, I feel like the reaction to this one has always been mixed. And the most common complaint I've seen is that it's just more of the same. And I just completely disagree with that. This movie captures the spirit of the original, but they still find ways to make it feel fresh and new. Like, for example, the first movie is focusing on a couple, while this movie is focusing on a family. You've got a teenage daughter who's always sneaking around with her boyfriend. We've got a baby who is always crying, and you don't know if he's crying because he's a baby or because there's a demon in his room. You've got a dog that's always barking at something. So those alone allow this movie to stand out. But the biggest change is just the amount of cameras. Like in the first movie, it mainly focused on Katie's and Mika's bedroom. But here, it focuses on Hunter's bedroom. It focuses on outside the main entrance. It focuses on inside the front entrance. It's focusing on the pool, the kitchen, and the living room. So 6 cameras. And because of that, you get used to seeing all these different environments, and you're scanning each one, and then it switches, and you're just trying to analyze every inch of the frame. I love how in Hunter's bedroom there's a meal, a doll, and the crib, and you never know what to look at, and you just get so invested studying it. With the living room and kitchen, there's plenty in the foreground, but also plenty in the background. So you're just looking at every frame, and it's just a great way to get fully invested in everything going on. I also do love the way that this movie expands upon the lore in the first movie. Like, a question you might have is, why is this happening now? If this demon has haunted Christy and Katie for their entire lives, why is it getting this bad now? And this movie does answer that. That Hunter is the first male to be born on their side of the family in a very long time. And the demon makes it clear that it wants Hunter. So at the end of this movie, when Christy gets possessed, and the only way to get rid of it is to pass the demon on to Katie, is such a great expansion of the first movie. And they succeed, they think it's over, and then Katie comes back after the first movie and kills them. And there's something so disturbing about that. The fact they think it's safe, the fact that they passed on this demon to Katie, and it just results in a lot more death. It's a very effective end. So the writing is very smart, I find. Is this movie as scary as the first one? I would say no, but it definitely still has its effective moments. There is a nice atmosphere here, and there are moments that really get to me. That kitchen jump scare is one of the best jump scares of all time. You know, you think that maybe one door will open or there might be a little bit of noise, but it just goes from 0 to 100 just like that, and it's just terrifying. But the scene where Christy is getting dragged down the stairs is terrifying as well. Like when I was watching this movie last night, my hands just suddenly got incredibly sweaty like that. It is a very, very intense moment. The sound design is still really good here. And the movie escalates very well, just like the first movie. Not much happens at first, but then lots of stuff eventually starts happening. It's a movie that knows how to build tension, and just like the first movie, there's a constant hopelessness and sadness. Like, what can you even do here? And one addition I love of this movie is how the dad just refuses to believe anything is happening. He comes up with the stupidest explanations as a way to feel peace. And like, even the daughter's boyfriend, he just laughs it off as well. Like, the guys in this movie don't take their partners seriously whatsoever, and it adds a really effective psychological element. Like in the first movie, Mika is just insufferable, he's making things worse. But here we see a different side of that, where it's like negligence, and that has its own consequences as well. And the cast, I do think, does a really good job. Sprague Graydon feels very authentic here. She does a great job. Brian Boland feels very authentic as well. He does a great job. Molly Efron and Vivas Cortez both do a very good job. Katie Featherston still does a very good job. And Mika Slot, like, he's in this movie for a bit and he's good, but I hate his introduction. The fact that it says 8 weeks before he died. Like, I knew that. I didn't need it spelled out for me. And while I'm talking negatives, I do got a few more issues here. The climax does feel very rushed. Like from the moment where they call the nanny back, and then they go in the basement, and Christy is saved, and they burn the picture. I don't know, it just feels like it happens a bit too fast. And even when the dad finally believes that there's evil stuff going on, I don't feel like there was enough payoff there. It feels like it was just rushing to get to the climax at that point. So, would have liked it if this movie was maybe like 5 minutes longer, but still, it is very effective. It captures the spirit of the original while making it feel fresh and new. It is unnerving. It can be terrifying. It has a nice psychological element, and it's yet another great movie in this franchise. So I'm giving Paranormal Activity 2 an 8 out of 10. Okay, have you seen Paranormal Activity 2? What did you think about it? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin out.